Somebody sent me an email and they're offering a course on how to open your throat chakra. It's very serious, opening your throat chakra. Do you really want to pay good money to someone to take a course on how to open your throat chakra? Well, tonight I've been talking about Charles Eisenstein's book, Sacred Economics, and the roadmap off of capitalism and into the gift economy. So I'm not going to be a capitalist, and I'm not going to offer a course for money on how to open your throat chakra. That crow back there has no trouble with its throat chakra. It just likes to make quack noises. There it goes. See? It has no trouble. It's not signed up for somebody's throat chakra course. And, if it did, it's going to show up and it's going to be like, you owe me $350, and Mr. Crow's going to go quack. So, do you think you're any less able to produce noise than your average everyday crow? The people who put on these kind of courses are going to gaslight you, which means they're going to tell you you're incompetent, you're unable to speak because you've got throat chakra issues. This is pure gaslighting in order to sell a course. In other words, I'm going to lie right to your face using my throat chakra and say there's something wrong with you, and if you pay me $350, I'm going to fix what's wrong with you in your throat. What this person needs is a good punch in the eye, because it's a nasty habit that salespeople have of telling people or suggesting maybe this is what's wrong with you. What's really wrong with this planet is a bunch of assholes with their hands out saying, pay me and I'm going to give you this, that, or the next thing. Somebody always wants to know why. The why of it all is we are all not needing all of this stuff. And the stuff that we do need, we shouldn't be paying money for. Why? Because if you get to a high enough level of consciousness, you'll understand. If it's not going to work for you right now, then you're asking me to try and explain it to you. And how can I explain higher consciousness to you? Using my throat chakra. What's lower consciousness? Lower consciousness is are there levels of consciousness? Yes, there are, because we can muscle test in order to determine where an individual personality is on the scale of human consciousness. So yes. Now, why is that? I mean, is there a scale of crow consciousness? I mean, are some crows lower on the scale of consciousness than others? It seems stupid to think that crows might have a scale of crow consciousness, but we have a scale of human consciousness. Someone thinks, maybe if a crow was a pet crow of a human, maybe it would have more consciousness. I don't know why they would think that. They're thinking of a myna bird because it's also a black bird, and myna birds are known to be able to mimic human speech. But a myna bird that's mimicking human speech, does that make it more conscious? I mean, it's just been given some human words to copy. I mean, the myna bird might live next door to a robin, and it might start mimicking the robin. Are those two myna birds, or it might be the same myna bird that can mimic human speech and robin's speech? Is it more conscious? The answer is humans have difficulties that animals don't, as far as we know. Why? Probably because humans are brainwashed. It's the only answer that I always come up with. The reason why some humans have less consciousness than others is due to brainwashing. I mean, aren't some humans born stupid? What is the nature of the brainwashing of humans that makes them lower their consciousness? For these and other answers, I don't know. It's an awful lot of words. What if I don't get it right? What if my consciousness isn't good enough to explain it? What if my throat chakra is clogged? What if my crown chakra is clogged and, I'm supposed to get good information coming in my crown and it's clogged? And someone's blaming my throat chakra problem. I can't speak. They're saying there's something wrong here, but maybe it's wrong here. Maybe I've got dark pods. dark pods that are clogging up my crown chakra. So, good information can't come in here and then filter down to this chakra. Are there such things as chakras? Why do people keep, making courses that... The answer to these and all other questions, you want me to give you a free course in opening your crown chakra. You want me to give you a course in opening all your chakras. What if you need, I took a chakra course, an online free one on the internet, and it basically said your chakra could be perfect, or it could be too open or too closed. So, this course on opening your throat chakra, maybe that's not what your problem is. Maybe it's too open. You need to close it up or something. If you're having trouble speaking and you think you need some help with your throat chakra, which is your throat energy center, as I said probably about a week or 10 days ago, the reason why your body doesn't work properly at times is because other humans are fucking with you. It's malevolence. Which humans are being malevolent to me so I can't speak? If you learn to do muscle testing, you could check it out. The first question you would muscle test is, am I being fucked with by other humans? And that's not exactly how you do it. You say, in order to do a muscle test, you would say the statement in a positive form, I'm being fucked with by other humans. And then you would muscle test that. And either it would be strong, meaning that's true, or it would go weak. Your arm would go weak, meaning it's not true. And then you would say, okay, well, if I'm not being fucked with, and you might just go, am I being fucked? No, you have to do, I am being fucked with as a statement, and then you muscle test that one. And if it stayed strong, then you'd have to say, yes, I'm being fucked with, and then you have to try and figure out, what other ways can I be fucked with? Am I being fucked over by my cat, or by a non-physical entity? And it becomes like 20 questions. Just keep coming up with questions and using muscle testing to determine, what is the source of this fuckery? But I'm going to go with pretty much if you're having trouble speaking, it's because other malevolent humans are fucking with you. Do these humans know that they're doing it to you? They might not know that they're doing it to you, believe it or not. Why? It's just because humans are not terribly conscious. So can you blame them for... Well, if they're not conscious of doing it to you, then it's kind of stupid to blame them for something that they're not conscious of. How could they unconsciously fuck with you? Pretty much it's difficult for me to explain in words. But if you're muscle testing, you could check to see, you've got Joe Blow, and you're getting a positive muscle test that is the person who's fucking with you. And then you could muscle test to say, is this person consciously, you have to say it in a positive way in order to test it. Joe Blow is consciously fucking with me. And you get that. And then you could do unconsciously, subconsciously, and see what you get. But you have to do it. You have to do it with muscle testing, because then you'll know. Because your body doesn't lie. That was the book by chiropractor Dr. John Diamond, which led a lot of chiropractors to using muscle testing to determine whether you have an allergy to certain things. And then it was the same technique that was used by Dr. David R. Hawkins, who was a I want to call him a scientist because he did a lot of research into consciousness using muscle testing. Now, strangely enough, there's a website, it's like Snopes. It's called Quackwatch. And they put Dr. Hawkins down as one of these quacks. A quack doctor is somebody who is selling you snake oil and bullshit. I'm more likely to believe Dr. Hawkins than Quackwatch because, somebody thought, well, I'm just going to go and, buy that website from GoDaddy and just start listing people on there that I think, I don't like. And they put Dr. Hawkins there. But, if you look at the history of Dr. David R. Hawkins, he was working with Nobel Prize winning scientist Linus Pauling. Linus Pauling won the Nobel Prize. So he's not a fly-by-night scientist, and he's not a, he's a serious scientist recognized by the world. And Dr. Hawkins worked with Linus Pauling, so he's no quack. Now, as far as Snopes go, some people still quote Snopes to me, and I laugh. And I said, this just happened last week. Somebody said something about Snopes, and a few years ago, the founders of Snopes, they were a married couple, and they went through a messy divorce. And, if you just search for it, you'll find the details of the Snopes report. And pretty much they come out to be... The story of Snopes is it's a fly-by-night organization. Yes, they're a well-known name, but it doesn't mean they know jack shit. Go look up that article about the Snopes divorce. It'll change your mind about these so-called fact-checking organizations, the ones that Facebook uses in order to censor you. Facebook is a disgusting organization. Unfortunately, they were the first ones through the door that got into everybody's phones. But doesn't make them right in all their censorship. Disgusting organization.